I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on the Global Book Network, we're exploring the hidden depths of human consciousness, the mind body connection, and the true meaning of life. We're exploring a sensational book. It is called Secure Hidden Anatomy of Life Meaning. It's written by a terrific author, one of my favorite guests, Dr. Anthony J. Emmett. He is a former plastic surgeon turned mystic and consciousness researcher, and he takes us on a profound journey into the unseen forces that shape our identity, health, and destiny. This book bridges science, spirituality, and personal transformation, offering insights into past lives, intuition, healing, and the universal energy that connects us all. We thank the team at Atticus Publishing for helping us put him in the spotlight today, and we ask viewers like you to support authors like him by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing his amazing book. The links are below this interview. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
It's a great pleasure. This book is about our relationship to consciousness. Consciousness is something we take for granted, but it's an energy like electricity. You know, we didn't really know about electricity till Faraday in 1830 elucidated much of it. But this is about the levels of consciousness we live in. We think, therefore we are, but we don't really realize that we're in a separate level of consciousness, and that when we go to sleep at night, we're in a different level of consciousness, which is on a different frequency, and it connects into your deeper, higher conscious, and you learn things, you get refreshed from your spiritual basis when you're asleep, and you get told things. You go to sleep with a problem on your mind, and it gets explained away while you're asleep, but you don't remember that unless you want to. You can, before you go to sleep, say that you'd like to remember more, and you can do that. But when you wake up, you've got to write it down quickly, because it's at a different frequency. When you're waking, you're at a different level of vibrational energy, a different frequency. And so you need to write down. But all the time, when you're being born, when you're a baby in your mother's womb, consciousness comes into your brain at 2, 3, 4 months, and it directs the development of a lot of your body and your nerves. So we have the everyday consciousness, the sleep level, and then we have the subconscious, which works for us all the time. When you're a baby and you're first born, you have to cough out the amniotic fluid from your lungs, and then you have to learn to swallow. Swallowing is quite a complicated neuromuscular movement, and you file the details of that in the subconscious, so that when you're going to swallow, you just swallow. The details of the movement come out of your subconscious. You don't realize you're doing that. And it's so with a lot of things that we file in the subconscious. And the next deeper level is your higher conscious. And your higher conscious connects you to God, really. What we call God is the energy of the universe, the energy of love. It's a very dynamic, strong energy, which we all connect into. What people don't realize is that they have God within. You know, the religions have always taught that you have to get to God through the religion. Well, you don't. You can get to God directly in your deeper unconscious mind. But it works at a higher energy, and generally we can't get direct into it. We have to wait for it to come to us. And so we have to pray or meditate and let it come to us. And it does. And everybody has this. But mostly people haven't analyzed it. But the purpose of this book is to help people understand themselves, to understand what they are, how their consciousness works, and how they're safe, they're secure. They never have any worry because they have within the great power that holds the universe, the great love that benefits us all. And we, in this time of insecurity, in this time of doubt, um, you need not worry because you have within, in your consciousness, the connection to the maker of all things, to the universal love. And if by any chance you happen to die, your body, your consciousness simply goes to another frequency. It'll do this automatically, and you can say where you want to go. If you're dying, you can say you want to go to the light, you want to go to God, you want to go to whoever you believe in. In my case, I'd go to Sai Baba. Sai Baba has taught me a great deal, and so the whole thing is secure. And each chapter in this book can be read separately. There are 40 chapters. You don't have to begin at the beginning and read it through. You can just look at the index and open it, whichever chapter you want, and read there, and it should make sense. If it doesn't, complain.
Yeah, it's an amazing book. It raises so many different issues and questions and presents such wonderful theories and ideas. Let me ask you this. What role does past life exploration play in understanding our present lives?
Well, I explored my past lives to prove to myself. I was a surgeon, a reconstructive surgeon, and I was brought up in an agnostic medical family. And I wanted to prove to myself that there was a spiritual world and life, and we were part of it. And so I heard about this clairvoyant who worked with Sai Baba, and I rang up and made an appointment. And she said Sai Baba had said I'd be coming. And I used to go after I retired from surgery, I spent 5 years retraining as an artist and a sculptor. And one afternoon for 2 years, I would go to this clairvoyant and we'd go into a deep meditation state, and Sai Baba would source material from the spiritual records. They call it the Akashic records. This scene from a past life would appear in my mind, quite vivid, as clearly as you're sitting in the screen there. I would see things from this life. And the clairvoyant with me would tell me what it was and where it was. And I did this for 2 years, going through past lives. I wanted to prove to myself that the system existed, it worked, and they showed me a life from 4,000 years ago. They showed me lots of lives, and they told me a lot of things. And Sai Baba, after that, went on educating me. There was a lot. As a child, my father was a busy surgeon in North Queensland, and I was given the broken things in the household. In the 30s and 40s, we had to repair everything. And it turned out that I was, at the age of 7 or 8, was the one doing it. And when I didn't know how to do it, I found that if I just waited, the knowledge would come into my mind of what to do. And I thought this was normal and everybody had it. But it turns out a lot of people don't. At least they don't know where it's coming from. Ideas come into your mind. Where are they coming from? So there's a spiritual world that you join into, even though you don't know you're doing it. And we learn things. I had to prove to myself where this was coming from. And so I explored past lives to improve my knowledge of what we're connected to. We're all connected to this. We all have it in our unconscious mind. The mind is a bit like an iceberg. The 15% that we use as our everyday thinking, that's the bit sticking up above the water. The 80% below is the unconscious mind that makes your body work, makes the bowel work, the heart pump, and it also has the subconscious, which acts as a ready reference for us every day. I explain all the details in the book. And it's something that everybody ought to know because it gives you security. That's why I called the book Secure.
Exactly. It's very affirming in the eternal aspects of life, in that we feel that once we die here, that there will be an existence afterwards. So in many ways, this book is very much life affirming, don't you think?
Yes. And also, I tell you simple little things that you ought to know that are quite handy. Um, for example, when you're dying, you've got to say where you want to go. Go to the light is a good one, or whoever you believe in, and you can get lost on the way if you think there's nothing, and you can get lost in the grey zones, which is a bit difficult. So better to say where you want to go, and have that in your mind when you're dying. If you're dying, they tell me everybody does.
Hopefully not you, hopefully not me, doctor. That's for sure. We're going to be the two to escape that sentence. Wonderful book. The name of the book is Secure: Hidden Anatomy of Life Meaning. In it, the doctor, a former plastic surgeon turned mystic and consciousness researcher, takes us on a profound journey into the unseen forces that shape our identity, our health, and our destiny. This book bridges science, spirituality, and personal transformation, offering insight into past lives, intuition, healing, and the universal energy that connects us all. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us here today on Global Book Network.
It's a great pleasure. I enjoyed talking with you.
Same here, Doctor. I appreciate your time, your insight, and your wisdom. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time.